Keek on the mic, keek on the mic. Keek on the mic, keek on the mic. People, this the intro. Sacramento, California, born and raised. In Antelope is where I spend most of my days. Talk bad about my team, you must be a clown. This is Keek on the mic, so you know you better bear down. Bear down.
Hey, what's going on, Bears fans? Thank you so much for joining me for another episode of Keek on the Mic, the podcast all about the Chicago Bears. Like always, if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button and the bell notification to catch all Bears content right here on the podcast. Make sure you also follow me on all my social media platforms to stay connected to all Keek on the Mic news. So Bears fans, I have a really interesting topic right here for you guys here on Keek on the Mic today. And obviously this one is going to be more about wide receiver Chase Claypool, because there's been a lot of conversation going on and discussions going on about Chase Claypool. Obviously the Chicago Bears traded for wide receiver Chase Claypool right before the trade deadline to give Justin Fields another big weapon. And obviously Ryan Poles said this. He believed that giving up a second round pick for Claypool was the right move for the future of the Chicago Bears, due to the fact that Claypool has a nice blend of size and speed, and that's something that the Bears have been lacking at the wide receiver position. But here's the interesting part about Chase Claypool. A lot of Bears fans though, are getting a little bit worried about the lack of production coming from Chase Claypool. Even though they have seen some flashes during his first 5 games as a Chicago Bear, they feel that it hasn't been enough to justify Ryan Poles and the Chicago Bears giving up their higher end second round pick in order to bring Chase Claypool to Chicago. And obviously, when you look at Chase Claypool's stats after his first 5 games as a Chicago Bear, he has 12 catches for 111 yards. So yes, technically, when you look at Chase Claypool's stats, the numbers aren't necessarily there for Chase Claypool right now. But personally, to me as a Bears fan, I feel like other Bears fans shouldn't be concerned at all with Chase Claypool's lack of stats, due to the fact that Chase Claypool is still learning this very complex offense that the Chicago Bears are running. In a recent press conference, Coach Matt Eberflus had this to say about Chase Claypool. I wouldn't say he's there yet. I would say he's getting there. He's getting there and working there just like everybody else. But again, it's all new to him. And there's a lot of volume of offense that he has to learn, and he's getting there. He needs alignment, assignment, and get all the things down. The route depths and the routes, the discipline of running the routes. He's in a good spot. He's in a good spot. We're looking forward for him to get better every single week. And Bears fans, just like I mentioned earlier in the podcast, you have to give Chase Claypool time to learn a very complex Chicago Bears offense. So when the Bears traded for Chase Claypool prior to the trade deadline, I knew personally he wouldn't make an instant impact. I was excited like all other Bears fans. I was optimistic that maybe he would come in and make some big plays, which he has shown flashes, one being against the New York Jets where he caught a 50-50 ball over Sauce Gardner. That's one of the flashes that we've seen so far from Chase Claypool. But I knew that he wouldn't bring quick stats, right? Big time stats to the Chicago Bears offense right away, due to the fact that he had to get up to speed on this very complex Chicago Bears offense. So I feel like with time, yes, with time, and as he learns the offense more and more each week, he will contribute to the Chicago Bears offense. But at the moment, I feel like Bears fans shouldn't be too concerned about his lack of stats, the 12 catches for 111 yards, because he still has to learn the Chicago Bears offense. And just like Coach Flus said in his press conference, he needs alignment, assignment, and get all the things down to really learn this offense. We have to understand that this Chicago Bears offense is really complicated, right? It's going to take some time. So obviously I want to show you guys a clip from the Green Bay Packers game, right? To really break down to how, when you're looking at Chase Claypool playing, how he's still trying to learn the offense. So I'm going to put this clip on the screen right now for you guys. And this was a clip from the Packers game. And I want you guys to look at Claypool at the bottom of the screen here, right? So what you're going to see in this clip is when the ball is snapped, Chase Claypool is looking at the Bears sideline, trying to get some confirmation, trying to get some sense of direction of what he's supposed to do on this certain play. And to me, that's no indication of a player that knows the playbook, that's confident about the playbook. He is sitting there looking at the sideline, right? He's sitting there looking at the sideline saying, hey, I don't really know this play. What am I supposed to do? And you've seen it before many times with Chase Claypool, that he'll be lined up on one side and Justin feels like, oh no, hey Chase, you need to be on the other side or you need to be in the slot, right? There's a lot of complexity going on in this offense, a lot of moving parts that he has to learn, right? So it's going to take him time, just like any other new player coming into a new offense. But like I said, that is no indication of a player that is just absolutely confident about this playbook. But that clip, for me, what that clip does tell me is that Claypool is still learning the playbook. And I will say that until I'm blue in the face. And the reason why I keep repeating that is for the people that are sitting there saying, well, we wasted a second round pick. That was too high of a pick to give the Pittsburgh Steelers for Claypool. But we can't really say that yet because we haven't seen what Chase Claypool is able to do when he actually learns the offense. So once again, for the fans that are concerned about the lack of stats from Claypool or concerned that we wasted a second round pick on Chase Claypool, I just really need you guys to relax. Let this thing play out. Give Chase Claypool the opportunity to learn the offense. And as I'm saying this, as I'm going to be sitting here on the podcast talking about Chase Claypool and how we need to give him time, let's remind ourselves how long it took the other Bears offensive players to learn the offense. And I want you guys to think about this for a second. This Bears offense didn't start clicking until week 7 against the New England Patriots, where they put up 33 points in that Monday night win against the Patriots. And that was with a full offseason learning the offense, plus the 6 games prior to learn this very complex offense. So no, personally, I am not concerned about Chase Claypool, not one bit. And I'm not concerned about what we gave up for him at this moment. If he goes a full off season and the start of next year, he is still struggling, he's still not putting up the stats, and he's not the player that he kind of was with the Pittsburgh Steelers, then yes, I'll come back on here and I'll be a little bit concerned. But at the moment, I can't judge Chase Claypool after 5 games because it took the other Bears offensive players a full offseason plus 6 games into the season to actually start clicking in this offense. So it may be very well that Chase Claypool doesn't start clicking until that Detroit Lions game and then that Minnesota Vikings game, which are our last 2 games of this season, right? Then he goes into this offseason, learns some more, and then he comes out at the very beginning of next season and it's just clicking, right? Because that's just the nature of this offense. Like I just mentioned, it took these other Bears offensive players such a long time to learn the different complexities, to learn the different ins and outs of this offense. It's not an easy offense for us to learn, right? I'm guaranteeing you that a lot of us can't go in that offense and just start clicking right away, right? So we have to give Chase Claypool the opportunity to learn this offense. And one thing I also want to mention before I let you guys go today, we have to understand that trading for Chase Claypool wasn't a win now move. We understood that we weren't going to win this year. Trading for Chase Claypool had every indication for the future of the Chicago Bears to pair him up with Justin Fields, let him create a connection, and hopefully it works out for years to come. This move wasn't for a win now scenario. I just want you guys to understand that. But overall, for the fans that are concerned about Chase Claypool or are concerned about the pick that we gave up, I just want you guys to sit back, relax, and let it play out. And I am really optimistic that once Chase Claypool gets up to speed, that he will contribute not only for Justin Fields, but the Chicago Bears offense for years to come. Before I let you guys go, let me ask you guys this question. Are any of you guys concerned about Chase Claypool or the draft capital we gave up to get Chase Claypool? Let me know down below in the comment section. Before I let you guys go, make sure you hit that subscribe button and the bell notification to catch all Bears content right here on the podcast. Make sure you follow me on all my social media platforms. And make sure you share this episode of Geek on the Mic with every single Bears fan that you know. But other than that, we'll be back for an all-new Bears podcast right here on Geek on the Mic. Thanks, guys, and bear down.
Riding with Country Bear. You ain't bout it, you ain't bout it, you ain't Geek on the Mic. You ain't bout it, you ain't bout it, you ain't Geek on the Mic. You can go and subscribe, cause I be on it right. You ain't bout it, you ain't bout it, you ain't Geek on the Mic.